war is often remembered through tales of bravery, strategy, and decisive victories. History books focus on generals, battles, and turning points. But behind these stories lies a darker reality. A side of warfare built on deception, fear, and calculated cruelty. Across centuries, armies have used dirty war tricks to confuse enemies, break morale, and win battles without fighting fair. Many of these tactics were once considered acceptable. Others were quietly condemned only after their consequences became impossible to ignore. Today, we explore real examples of dirty war tricks used in battle and how they shaped the rules of modern warfare. One of the most effective and devastating battlefield tricks in history was the feigned retreat. During the Mongol invasions of the 13th century, Mongol armies faced opponents that often outnumbered them. Instead of standing their ground, Mongol cavalry would suddenly turn and flee to their enemies. This looked like panic. Commanders believed victory was at hand. They ordered full pursuit. That decision usually sealed their fate. As enemy formations stretched and broke apart, the Mongols led them deeper into unfamiliar territory. Then, without warning, the retreat stopped. Mongol forces turned back. Hidden units emerged from the flanks and rear. Entire armies were encircled and destroyed. At the Battle of the Kalka River in 1223, this tactic wiped out a coalition force far larger than the Mongol army. The trick was repeated again and again across Asia and Europe. Its long-term impact was devastating. Commanders became suspicious of every retreat. Genuine withdrawals were ignored. Battles became bloodier as mercy and restraint disappeared. Another dirty war trick that poisoned trust was false surrender. In ancient and medieval warfare, surrender was often informal. There were no standardized laws or protections. This made it easy to exploit. Some units pretended to surrender, dropping weapons, kneeling, or raising flags. When enemy soldiers approached, the defeated troops attacked at close range. This tactic appeared in Roman-era conflicts, medieval sieges, and irregular warfare. It offered quick victories, but carried a heavy cost. Over time, armies learned the lesson. Surrendering soldiers were no longer trusted. Entire garrisons were slaughtered because commanders feared deception. This erosion of trust turned surrender from an act of survival into a death sentence, fueling cycles of brutality that lasted centuries. Not all dirty tricks relied on surprise or deception. Some relied on fear itself. The Assyrian Empire, ruling parts of the Middle East between 900 and 600 BCE, mastered psychological warfare. They did not hide their cruelty. They advertised it. Cities that resisted were destroyed. Captured enemies were executed, mutilated, or displayed publicly. Reliefs and inscriptions proudly documented these acts. The goal was simple: terrify future enemies into surrendering without a fight. And it worked. Many cities opened their gates the moment Assyrian armies appeared. No battle was needed. Fear did the work. But this strategy left deep scars. It taught future empires that terror could be just as powerful as armies, an idea that would echo throughout history. By the 20th century, deception reached new and dangerous levels. During World War II, armies began disguising themselves as the enemy to infiltrate behind lines. One of the most famous examples occurred during the Battle of the Bulge in 1944. German commandos carried out Operation Greif, wearing American uniforms and driving captured Allied vehicles. Their mission was not mass killing, it was confusion. They changed road signs, spread false orders, redirected troops. The result was chaos. American units began stopping and interrogating their own soldiers. Trust broke down. Progress slowed. However, the risk was extreme. If captured wearing enemy uniforms, soldiers were often executed immediately. This tactic blurred the line between lawful combat and war crime, forcing post-war leaders to confront how far deception should be allowed to go.